What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Jinx Ain't Nothing Wrong, and it's your boy Cash, the guy behind the madness. So check this out. We're gonna press this, and we can see the screen. If you could believe that, we can actually see Netflix, ladies and gentlemen. So I figured out a little workaround. So at least obviously, hey guys, I'm not gonna stream the whole thing, but at least we'll be able to see what's in the background of what I'm seeing and what I'm talking about at the same time. And I can freeze it. I could actually say, hey, what the hell? And if it still messes up in post-production, then I will just take screenshots. But according to the wraparound here, I should be able to actually just pause it, and you guys will be able to see what I'm looking at, and then I can actually do it from this point of view instead. So hopefully that's going to be great. Act 1 was phenomenal. Some people had some critiques I thought was pretty interesting for Act 1. But yeah, hoping that we can get through this together. Get back into the content. I still need to fight Asol. I've been so busy. While we're fighting, just like Jinx is fighting, just like Vi is fighting, everyone's fighting. So hopefully you guys enjoy. We're gonna have some fun today. And yeah, hopefully we don't have to see me just talk my big face and just look at stuff. So we can actually press play. You guys can see the end now. Everything's great. So what it looks like is that this is directly after all the explosions and the fumes and stuff like that. And to me, it looked like they're kind of rebellion. I guess like putting all the air out is probably causing like a rebellion or something of that nature. I'm not exactly sure, but we're gonna see. Actually, I understand what's happening. I think that, yeah, Piltover wanted. So what's going on? Oh my god. Oh, what the hell? Oh boy, hold on. Maybe if I do this and then do something like that, maybe the thing won't. But what's happening is that I think that they're telling all the people who caused the oh my, honey bunches of oats. This is so funny to me. I think what they're doing is that they're telling people, oh, the person that caused all the explosions is this person, and some people are gonna look up to her. Like Jinx, there is a reason Jinx did nothing wrong, okay? But cause she has honey bunches of oats. Okay, I'm being mature. But yeah, like people are gonna start idolizing her. It's kind of like the common thing when someone does something crazy. People will idolize them. They can be extremists or stuff like that. But you won't have to be extremist if you have taking a break. Don't just eat oats, eat honey. I'm sorry. This is not sponsored, I promise. She's wait, she's wait, no Uber Teen account. She's messing with the other. I thought that, oh my god, I did not think that she would start dating multiple women. For some reason, because I'm so used to Caitlyn Vi. Oh my lord, that's crazy. I'm in love. I really am. Before the thing pops up, I'm in love. She's like holding some type of conference. Also, the other scene before that, it's kind of weird to see them in that same regard. It's such a weird thing, man. It's weird that she's like, I don't know how much time has passed, but Caitlyn's giving like her kudos to Mbessa, saying like she's helped her out. And so Noxian is definitely into flow of Piltover right now. It's kind of nuts. And let's see what my girl Jinx got to say. Bro, is she doing my grand finale? I think she's doing my grand finale. That might be my new intro and grand finale. Maybe just to have the voice of Jinx do it when like that's kind of how I do my grand finale. That's so funny. She's like introducing both the people. That's why I do grand finale, and then I say you know, Jinx, Jinx versus Darius, and I kind of explain a little bit of what's going on. She really just did the same thing. It's really funny. Yo, y'all want to collab? Yo, what is this? Skirtige? Yo, let me know, bro. I got the material. Another cool thing that I'm noticing that this person, I keep forgetting the name, and learn more. No, but I keep forgetting. It seems like she's like a mute or something. Like she can't talk or just doesn't want to talk. Maybe because of like trauma. I don't want to get like copyright, but they have a handshake. That might be a handshake. That's our official handshake. It might be. It's like bap 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 pow, something like that. Got it. Oh baby, I'm a kid in a candy store right now. It's crazy. She also mentioned that a year has passed, and then she's saying Jinx is dead as well, which is kind of weird. And okay, I'm just gonna have to do like screenshots because this is like kidding. The freaking Marriott. I like that they do that though, but it is funny. It's kind of funny. It's probably to stop people from doing what I'm doing. So yeah, from here on, I'll probably just do like screenshots. I'll pop up a screenshot or something like that. It's fine. I realize how good Netcrit is and how long he takes to make his videos, because like this is me taking a screenshot, but then I'm gonna have to like in post edit it and it's a lot of editing that he does because he takes so many screenshots. So kudos to him. But it seems as though Mbessa and my boy Rictus in the back there, they're trying to, they're literally trying to, I guess, harness or learn about the hex tech, and it seems like they haven't made any progress within a year, which is why they're here in Piltover to begin with. So kind of funny. So they're mentioning that Heimerdinger, Echo, all those guys are, god damn it. Oh, okay, good. Okay, that's even better. So that's okay. So they're also mentioning that Heimer, all those guys that got caught up in the anomaly, they're gone. Like, they don't know where they are. And she's kind of upset that she hasn't gotten the scientists, which makes sense, because if you lost some of the most brilliant minds and that's why they're failing, they don't have those people near them. That makes sense. So it's very interesting. So, like, Jinx is, well, they had, I forgot the name of the kid. I need to learn the name of the kid. But she's, like, basically saving or doing silly stuff, but it's actually not Jinx, but it's this person acting as Jinx. I wonder if they're going to utilize that in the future to kind of do some misdirection that the actual Jinx is this person, and I don't know. I wonder how far they'll take that, I guess. Oh, they spitting. So they're having like a kind of like a meeting right now, and the meeting is kind of based on, and I realize if I keep doing this, so you guys are gonna have to deal with this, or I can do this weird screenshot thing. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Like I said, Necrid has this on lock. See, if I leave it like this, it's gonna put an ad or something like that, or maybe just oh shit, ah! Okay, that pops up. That's not the worst thing in the world to pop up. But like, oh, I got a little do that, and then all the other stuff pops up. I don't know, whatever. But what I noticed here is that they're having a conversation about the Jinx invasion thing that just kind of happened. But like I said, it's not Jinx, it's the other one. And Bessa actually realizes that, but they basically are going into like a debate of what they should do. And what's really cool is that Caitlyn realized that Rictus was kind of causing some trouble, and then Mbessa says, you know, in order to maintain peace, we have to do X, Y, Z. And Caitlyn comes back with the perfect line, like, why does every time we want to do something with peace, it involves violence? And it's such a good, like, line. It's such a good line, like, because it's a lot of times, what do they call it? Even when we go, like, sorry to go off on a tangent, but like nuclear weapons, stuff like that. It always comes down to that because, like, it was like, oh, we need the biggest weapon to deter war so there is peace. But then it's like, but we have these really big weapons, and then everyone is threatening each other. It's always some type of deterrent. You use violence or anything like that as a deterrent to more violence or worse violence in order to maintain peace, which is, I've always hated that personally. I think it's very annoying. So my man is still up here getting drugged up, right? And the Vastayan that normally gives this treatment actually tells him about the healer. The healer is obviously Victor. So it'd be interesting. Maybe he fits that description of that card, like because he basically is upset that he used to be like the talk of the town, but now people don't trust. They don't respect him as much because he's in a wheelchair, which is kind of crazy to think about as a thing. But yeah, it is a thing. Very interesting. So Savika is like, oh, why did you cause all that commotion? And it's like, well, I didn't. It was her. So she has her tattoos. She has similar tattoos as you can see here. And it's very interesting to see that she's trying to rally everybody, but Jinx is still uninterested. So it's if I remember like some of the trailer parts is that Jinx is eventually going to do it, but it's very interesting that she's living on Silco's dream, which is uniting everybody. So it's very interesting. I keep saying interesting because it's very interesting. It's a lack of a better term, right? But I'm curious to how she's what's going to motivate her or push her over to want to actually rally the people together. Or is she this character for some reason gonna force her to do it? It's just so weird that this character doesn't talk. And it also, very, very, very weird is because she's giving me Nico vibes. And I wonder if that's why she can't talk, which I don't know where Nico fits into anything. I just think it's kind of weird and kind of funny. Like, she's giving me Nico vibes. I even think that the eyes are like Nico. Like, is this possible that this is just Nico and like came into Piltover and she's just learning about stuff? Because Nico is Nico, I don't know. That'd be weird of a thing. Or maybe like Nico got transmutated somewhere else and then like, why am I talking about Nico? I'm done. She's having like a conversation with Silco, or at least with his chair. And it's really sad. It's kind of like, as a person myself, I've lost my mother. So like I could see like how you would try to have a conversation like this to like a memento or like something that you have of there. Like if I were to talk to like the ashes and like the urn, the urn of the ashes, and you know, you're just asking questions into the air, right? And you know the answers, or you're trying to hope that something will come back to you, but it's not. It's a really sad scene. But I guess this is how she convinces herself, by literally talking into her, where she's has a strong connection with Silco, and then she'll realize, hey, I really need to do this because this is your dream and stuff like that. But the also issue with this is that when it's someone else's dream, I feel like you're less inclined to do it. I do feel like you will, like, it's not really what you want to do, so it's harder for you to have the motivation to do it, right? So I really feel like that's what's going on here. Bro, this man is wearing the Jinx boots. So Rictus is beating the crap out of him. Basically, that was the guy, he got caught in the raid. He captured him because he realized that he was a Jinx follower, and they're interrogating him. At the same time, Caitlyn is paying respects to her mom statue with the other two people that passed. At the same time, they're meeting by the Vander statue. So I think what the guy is doing here is that he's confessing, right? He's basically confessing, and I think he's gonna tell them where the Zon meeting is, or he could be lying and telling them to go to a different place. Interrogations are like this style, I really don't ever want to be a part of, because I always super duper fear like I don't know how much pain I can withstand. Like probably none, if I'm being honest. Like if I was to be held at gunpoint, that's why I don't want to be involved in any secret server or super duper trooper thing. It ain't gonna be me, bro. We singing like canaries, bro. I prefer my life, but then they'll usually kill you. But I'd rather die, right, than just to be tortured than die. Like, you know, so if you're gonna kill me, I might as well just, you know, I'd be out. Or sometimes, you know, the torture that they'll have you reveal what you're gonna say, and they'll have you live with the guilt of revealing it. You know, that's another thing they could do. Why are we talking about this? Pausing on my man Singe here. So they're having the meeting, right? And it looks like they did they did actually they actually did talk. The guy talked to him and gave him the meeting. So they were having this really good moment, because the Firelights are also there too, and I didn't mention that. So like Echo's crew, everyone at Echo's like kind of been protecting and stuff like that, they're there too, because they're Zons, you know, they're Zon as well. So they lost obviously Heimer, who was helping them out with the tree, and Echo. So they've been gone for a while too. And Singe actually rolls up to the meeting, which is very weird. Like, you know, whatever the hell he's doing, he might unleash, maybe he's going to feel motivated and unleash Warwick on them, because whatever. They're trying to corroborate, and then Rick just comes in and says that they're all under arrest. So this should be very interesting. I had to pause it here. I'm getting goosebumps. Singe about to get arrested. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen, brother. He had a blade in his hand. He cut his hand to trim, which is weird. I don't think, unless it's reacting to his specific blood, these guys are getting their shit. The people around them, they're getting their ass beat. So there's plenty of blood to go around, but maybe it's reacting to his blood, and that's how he gets Warwick to come. Why are they doing this to my girl? Why? She's having a breakdown. So Savika comes back and tells Jinx, like, yo, everything went wrong. Isha is the name of the guy. I keep forgetting. So Isha, she got captured, and Savika's coming back here. Warwick is coming. He's coming. Can't wait. So this is Jinx. They invaded basically the holding cell. It looked like they're trying to get everyone out. Warwick's on the way out. I need to get a freeze of Olive Garden. Hold on. We've learned. We've gotten better. Oh, look at that shot. So yeah, they're invading. They're gonna try to get their people, but Warwick's on the way as well, which is very weird. I don't know how this is all gonna play out. It's gonna be probably pretty insane. Also, Olive Garden. It's like the most awesome shot. So these are all the people. It was really cool. So Jinx saves them, right? This lady in the front here puts her hand on her shoulder, and you can see that if you believe in Jinx, you kind of like paint your hair blue. That's actually why I skipped over it, but it's like they were like, yeah, this is Jinx, yeah, whatever, but BS. She didn't believe it, because all they've seen so far of Jinx is just like her head. They don't know what her body looks like. They don't know anything. So now they get breaking out of prison, and then this is the person with Jinx, the long hair, it looks like the description, and she just wants to touch her. She touches her, and she's like, oh, this is cool. I just want this also as a disclaimer that I am not going to make my hair, but you know what? That should be the goal if the channel ever gets like a million subscribers or something like that, I just go all blue. You know, everything blue, even my pubes and underarm hair, go blue, just all blue. That's the goal. Then I'm a full Jinxer. You know, another thing that I just thought about. I'm sorry, I'm eating pudding. It probably looks kind of crazy, right? I put like granola and stuff in my pudding, but you know what's also really cool is that just because we just got out of elections, right? How many people do you think would enjoy or would really mean a lot to them if they were able to touch Trump? Like if you were a Trump supporter, right? And Trump won the election or whatever like that, and you can go up and touch him. Same thing with like Kamala, right? This is to me something like your political figure. Not only are they real, you now realize that they're a real person because you see someone on the internet so often, but you actually get to walk and talk with them. You know what? At this moment, it's funny. A cartoon is making me realize the reason why people do like meet and greets, right? Like you meet that person, you get to shake their hand, but the double craziness of this moment is that not only are they doing that, like look how like hopeful she is, and she knows, she obviously grew up with her. This is like a very emotional moment here, but they also did something immediately. So like a lot of times with politicians, they don't really get that chance to like impact you immediately, right? You hope that they do stuff. Like they actually are already getting one of the promises of their revolutionary, their leader. So I just think I wanted to point that out, how kind of important that is. Yeah. So she freed everyone, which is cool and all, but Warwick wants his honey bunches of oats. he's on his way, man. He rode the train somehow, and now he's definitely coming down that elevator. So yeah, we're about to get a Warwick scene. I kind of just want to see what he looks like. So he's big as hell, scooping up. He's a big boy. Oh man, I feel bad. I think he got cut. It's his arm, I think. Damn. Rest in peace, brother. Yo, my pause game is getting crazy. Look at that shot. Look at that shot. So yeah, Warwick is they're like having a battle out, and it's epic, and but that was a good pause. Holy. So Warwick is realizing that he's Vander, and this is Powder, and he's hesitating. I can't show it, but I would have to like play it and let it say so. But Warwick actually says Powder, so he actually says it out loud, which is kind of crazy. And yeah, that's the end of episode whatever the hell 4. So episode 1 is episode 4, right? Is insane, right? And this is episode 5. I have it loaded up. Oh wait, you guys can. It's just me. So I would have to say that's a very strong opening episode for this act. And Jinx Isha basically starts a revolution, and then Jinx is basically forced into it, which always sucks. And then just a quick summary, right? At the end of the day, Caitlyn is screwing the Mindy chick or whatever her name is. They're screwing around, and Bessa wants to provide some more law and order. It's been a year since everything has gone down, which is just insane, right? I feel like damn. So Heimerdinger is gone, Echo's gone. Mel is gone. Like so many people are just gone because like the Black Rose kidnapped Mel, and then the Anomaly kidnapped the other one, so we don't know what's going on with them. They have the rally. It's a Trump rally. it's a Jinx rally for the Jinxers. Those are the names of those followers. And the Noxian, Rictus, and them invade that, capture them. They bring them to jail, and then they invade the jail. But they captured Singe, which is a problem. Which it looks like Singe has never used this before, so I feel like he like locks himself back in the jail. He's like, oh shit, I don't want to do anything with this. But it's just really weird though, because it's like he knew how to get it to happen, but it's almost as if he didn't, like he's never used it before. I feel like there would have been rumors or something of this mad beast going around. So I guess it's the first time he used it, and then Warwick pummels and kills multiple people. It's almost assumed that Mbessa also got her cheeks clapped by Warwick. And then, so now they're going all the way down. Going all the way down. Warwick I'm assuming beats Mbessa. Also, Jinx has a nice battle with Warwick, but he overpowers her, but then realizes that it's Powder, and he's probably Vander. He'll eventually come to that conclusion as well. So yeah, that was heavily impacted Act 1 or Act whatever. I'm sorry, it's like 4. So here goes 5. Let's get back into it. With Olive Garden, I'm sorry. And it looks like we're starting off with Vi she became a Street Fighter. or something. I guess, you know, when you don't got nothing better to do. But yeah, it's been like a year. This is probably what she was doing throughout the year. So it's like that's happening, and then we're gonna see where Vi is happening, and then probably catch her up to where everyone else is most likely. Yeah, this is like they're going very fast. So this is like even before the intro, that Vi has just been like torturing herself basically. Like she's beating up people, she's winning fights, but she's also, it looks like she's having like, you know, loneliness. And this other dude, the other guy that was is kind of helping her out. They also made it seem as though she sees Caitlyn and other people. So I don't know if that means that she's like maybe messing around with other people in terms of not being able to be with Caitlyn. It kind of comes off that way, but I'm not exactly sure. Jinx, I thought it was like a joke because Jinx has like Jinx tattooed on her, or like on her face, telling Vi right now that Vander's alive, and I guess this is afterwards. I thought it would have been in between, no, but it's afterwards. This is actually a pretty good scene because Caitlyn's going through the prison and seeing like pretty much another experiment. So it's like Zaun keeps doing goofy shit, right? So in her eyes, it's like, oh, I thought that maybe things wouldn't be too crazy, and now the whole thing happens where like Warwick comes out, and it's like another thing that's on, because she knows it's not Piltover, right? Piltover, they were making more weapons, right? But the Zaun keeps making these really off the wall kind of things, and it's like, damn, another weird experiment, another thing. Like, it's just, she's getting tired. And honestly, as a leader, I would kind of get tired too. Like, you're just like, you keep getting assaulted literally from like your neighboring city. Like, it's insane. This is interesting. Now we're jumping into like they're just gonna keep, oh boy, they're just gonna keep Singe in jail pretty much. We go to Mel. Mel is coughing up like their little rose petal, so I don't know if that means that she's corrupted already, and now she's looking at like some type of apparition. But this is now we're going back into what's going on with Mel. This is weird. So like this guy, oh my god, this guy that's in the prison with Mel, I think is her brother, which is so weird. So like he's been lost for a while, and it's funny because Ambessa is kind of like on this trail, right, too. Like she kind of figured that the Black Rose has something to do with it, and that's maybe why she's been going so hard, is to be able to fight against the Black Rose. So it's very interesting to see like like he's in the prison, and they're just like, are they collecting them? Is it like we're just collecting this specific family? Like what's going on? It's kind of a weird thing. Find your brother that's been lost for years, and you're thrown in the same prison. Are they targeting them? And I think it was in Necrit's one of Necrit's video that he mentioned that it's possible that Ambessa stole something, or maybe he stole something, and like Ambessa still holds on to it, and that's why they keep harassing that specific family. Gotta love this shot, right? Because Vi, is like, you know, she's been bullshitting her life away. So has Jinx, but Jinx has become Messiah, and then of course they have Vander on the side there. You know, Vi should be somewhere in this picture, and then there goes all the fumes from the explosions. So through that, they worship her, right? And like basically, she's doing stuff for Zaun, and Vi has been literally doing absolutely nothing. So they're actually like, they're having like a little sister fight. I don't know if people picked it. Oh my God. Olive Garden, stop it. You're relentless. Relentless Olive Garden. But it's really interesting because they're both like, they're fighting, they're talking, they're actually calling each other out on the things that they did and haven't done. And it's very interesting to me because of the whole aspect is that they're also sisters. You know, like, so they're going to have spats. They're just older, and they're going to have spats. It's like, you know, I can call my sister and we can have an argument about something. So I kind of think this is pretty cool. So Ambessa is making a deal with Singe, which makes sense. Because of dud holiday treats? Actually, I don't know. It's like a running joke. I think it's actually funny at this point. So what's going on with Singe is that she realizes that he's a scientist, right? That he created Warwick. So he has some type of scientific knowledge. As I've stated before, all the genius minds in Piltover are all gone, right? So she's basically desperate here. She knows that he can help her out in some way, and he'd rather make a deal with her. So she'd rather make a deal with him just to get something accomplished, regardless of what it takes, because that's just how she is. And now we realize that it's just because she's desperate. She wants to save her family, allegedly. That's what we're thinking. They actually had a little conversation. They're saying that Uber teen. All right, they're saying that that Mbessa had an affair, like when she was and then he investigated it, and then when he investigated it, he ended up locked up, which is kind of weird. Supposedly she has like another child that maybe because they're like, I guess her main like this is probably from one father, I guess. They're all supposedly still Mbessa's kids, right? But these are whatchamacallit. But or maybe she's the child because he's the older brother and she came afterwards. So maybe she's the the person out of wedlock or whatever like that. I wonder who the child ends up being. That's not that, or watch it be Echo out of nowhere or something. But apparently, the more he kept digging into it, the more in danger he got, basically. So it has turned out that Singed in this universe is the one that created Shimmer, and Caitlyn's asking him why. But I can almost assume he created it because it's gonna save his daughter or his daughter figure, whatever that is. So he'll probably tell me that in like 2 seconds. So it's kind of crazy because he says, "Oh, I'm trying to cure my daughter here," and then Mbessa asks, "Oh, well, what disease does she have?" It's like, well, death. Just trying to cure that death. So he's trying to make immortality or have her live for eternity. But it's weird because he won't even solve death because she's already died. So you're basically trying to revive her in some way, which is why he was using Vander's body. But he says earlier, I don't know if I mentioned it, but he says earlier that, Vander has a different mind. So like he revived it, but it was kind of like corrupted a bit because of, Vander still has their own thoughts. So he feels like he's getting closer by doing experiments with Vander, but he probably it has such a will to live, stuff like that, like reasons to live. The kid probably doesn't have that as much because, there's two different people. So he could probably do the same experiments on her, but they won't work as well. At least that's what I'm getting out of it. I think I gotta. Oh wait, I'm showing too much chesticles. So Mel realizes that it's not her brother. It's like a figment of her imagination. He started teleporting and shit. So yeah, it was kind of definitely something wrong. Hold on, I'll play it for like 2 seconds. Hold on. Damn. God. So she's realizing as she's doing. One thing that I wanted to note, that means that this person that's in this room with her, right, is like just trying to gather information, hoping that she knew something, but she didn't know. Also, another thing I want to know is that when she's in this world, outside of probably like nudity, right? Which I don't know if they have nudity in this show, but she still has those design things on her. So I feel like it's definitely something that maybe she is that child, and then she would like Mbessa had a kid, like try to power kid, very similar to My Hero Academia with what is it? Is his name Todoroki? The Fire and Ice guy. Like maybe they try to have like this super child or something of that nature. I don't know. Just spitballing. So it's like they're still torturing Mel, trying to get information out of her. They thought that the brother was the child. So the child story seems to be true. But I guess they're starting to realize that she's this child, which is what I kind of assumed, that she might be this super child. And then the gold started blinking again, and then this explosion kind of makes me think that maybe the rocket itself, which is kind of crazy, right? Maybe the rocket itself did not kill them, but more of this power coming from Mel to protect herself and Jace might have been actually what killed the people. It's kind of possible. It's kind of a possible thing, which would be weird. They couldn't justify it, but like it would be something that would be interesting to note, that her protecting herself and Jace killed the other people, actually not the rocket, which would be crazy. Just for instance, like this is the explosion that just came out. So this is her in the. You can't even see my cursor. She's like in the middle of that cursor, and look how big this explosion is. If that was the same explosion that happened like in that small room when they're all in there, I could kind of. The explosion was Honey Bunches of Oats. I'm done. So here we are. Look at that shot. So yeah, they're about to figure out. They was actually also seeing that like Vander and Silco were trying to work things out. And it seems like they must have worked here in this mine. And this is probably like, I'm assuming that that's where Silco first got his first accident. They were all, because they're both Zon, right? Silco and Vander were both Zon. And they had some type of disagreement, which we already know about, and then something silly happened. But it's kind of interesting because they have it with Jinx and Vi working together, and Vander would have been the side of like Vi, right? And then Jinx would have been Silco in a sense. So that's kind of how they're like showing it, that they were working together, and they're working together now. They don't understand the whole blood mechanic, obviously, because this kid, they were play fighting, the kid started bleeding, and now he's realizing that. And then let's see how Vi reacts to the fact that this is Vander, or does Vander recognize Vi? I'm about to lose my shit because there's like, so Vi screams out to Vander while it's Warwick. It goes like to a flashback. This is obviously Vander here and here. This is definitely Jinx's mama because she's acting like Jinx. She's very silly, playful. This is Silco. Are they about to tell me? I'm clicking the wrong thing. Are they about to tell me that that Silco is actually their dad, like their real papa? But he died though. Or did I'm so confused. Fucking oats. Hold on, let me go back like a couple seconds, right? So she just said that she's pregnant. Obviously, it's not them two, because she says that she's gonna tell someone else. She has to tell the guy that she's pregnant. So he switches the drink because I guess he drank. This is definitely not Uber Teens, okay? This is definitely not Uber Teens. We're talking about babies. But yeah, so this is definitely their mom. But she says a girl, but they would have two because they're sisters, right? So kind of weird. I don't know. So it actually reveals that obviously that would be her first kid, right? So her first kid, Vander says, I like the name Violet. So basically, he named or helped name Vi. So they're actually hugging it out here, which is pretty sick. It's like a group photo, which is crazy. It's like such a weird like thing that Warwick is their dad, and well, not their dad, but the guy that was responsible for taking care of them after their dad had passed. So it's just crazy. And this is probably why in the video game world, and this is kind of how they're trying to come it together, why Vi kind of, Jinx does a lot of silly stuff. She comes to the point where I can understand now, and again, Jinx did nothing wrong, but in the realm of Jinx that I've known is that she's more playful. She does more silly-ish things. She doesn't really do hardcore terrorism anymore, right? So when they first made her that she's like a terrorist, that's where I was like, no, she's fine. But maybe this is what happens, is that they get together close, and pretty much as long as she doesn't do anything too bad, then she then she won't really screw her over as badly. And then Caitlyn, even in the video game in League of Legends, Caitlyn kind of still wants to capture Jinx because of all the stupid shit that she has done to make her pay for what she's done. But Vi obviously not gonna be that hard on her because she knows that Jinx is really just good down to earth, but she just made mistakes. So I guess it comes down to, how heavy do you weigh the mistakes of people? Like, I think it's hard to forgive Jinx for what she's done if you don't personally know her or anything like that. Or even if you do, it's pretty, she's done a lot of bad things. So let's keep going. So apparently we got Scruffman Jace now, at least that, and he needs some Dove. If he I love it, dude. So yeah, Scruffman Jace, this looks like Jace, and it looks like someone came down here to invade. And if I can go forward, this guy, which we obviously know is the guy in the wheelchair, right? So the guy in the wheelchair, his legs look like they've been, so he met Victor, and Victor probably told him to come here and do some fun stuff, and that's what we're about to figure out. And then is Jace like defending it or something? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah, figured that. It's definitely him. You could tell that he's been touched by, and you could even see the hand. That's literally him putting the hand on top of him, and now he can walk. He's walking just fine. So, and it's crazy because if you think Singe is the one that created Shimmer for his daughter, right? So now there's a somewhat semi-cure for it. Maybe if Singed met with Victor, maybe he could he can't fix his daughter because his daughter's dead, but like, or maybe, I don't know, maybe he can, I don't know, that'd be weird. Then it would make me wonder, what is his daughter? Like, is his daughter a character in League of Legends? I don't know. Bro. The dude is acting, hey, do you want to speak to the guy that helped me out? And then the guy's like, and then now Victor's talking. So like they have a conscious mind. They're synced. It's like their cell phones. It's kind of it's kind of cool. So he's trying to leave with these two things, and Jace stops him. And it's weird though, because if you look at like the fixed up version of someone that's went through Victor, his thing is corrupted. And Victor says that he's seen the Arcane, so he's come in contact with the Arcane. So for some reason, he almost as if he's trying to protect it. Meanwhile, and he wants to get rid of Hextech now. He wants to get rid of Hextech. Meanwhile, Victor says we should spread it and spread it on everyone. So actually, I'll be honest, I don't really know where whose side to be on when it comes to that. But this is a loaded episode. That's actually the end of the episode. He looks like he kills him with this hammer. I couldn't get a good freeze frame of it. I could try again though. Oh, that's great. He's gone. At least I think he does, because you'll see blood, and then you see Jace. He looks like he's he's kind of enjoyed it a little bit. So it's so bad because my friend hates Jace. Like, he's always hated Jace in League. He thinks he has too much utility. So it's just really weird to see Jace becoming like a person that's in Victor's thing. Because Victor, some people, when you're doing revolutions, back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier. So I'm kind of curious, at this point, obviously we're going to watch the next episode, where do you guys lie when it comes down to these heroes and rebellion leaders and stuff like that? It's funny because just a slight difference of philosophy, you might be right on the same thing and end up like Vi, Jinx, and Vander, and they're all like, they had opposing sides, but now they're coming together. And then you have Caitlyn, like, you have so many stories playing out, but it's just people just trying to follow what they believe in, right? It's the old trope, people follow what they believe in and it can cause chaos. So now Jace believes in something different than Victor, and now they're having a separate battle. We don't see Echo here though, but he looked like he aged. It's been a year though, right? So I would say this is about right for a year of not getting a haircut, because Jace is always clean shaven, right? Meanwhile, his boo is doing completely other things, Black Rosen. There's just so much going on right now. So let's see how they wrap it all up in the next one. So we're picking up in this last episode, and Victor is truly what the hell is this? And it's the girls talking to him. So they are like one conscious mind. So what it's looking like is that maybe they're dealing with the Arcane, or with what League of Legends constantly calls like the Void. And the Void is what is eating up, realities and different things like that. And this is where the time travel and the multiverse nonsense is probably going to come from. And it's just funny that Victor is going to be a part of it with his girlfriend. But what I also would think is that this is probably what happened with, because I couldn't think of like how they're going to introduce like the Darken War. Like the Darken War to me seems like Leagues it could be happening in a different place, but how long ago has it happened? So this definitely does open all the nonsense that happened with Shurima, Arcathia, and all this other nonsense. It does open this up because these weird like amalgamations, and it seemed as though Jace feels like he's fighting the Void, but they're trying to make it sound like they're not the Void. So it's interesting. So Caitlyn is training with Ambessa, which is really weird for her. It's a dub. If you're getting your ass kicked, you better get that dub on them ankles after you. Okay, but yeah, she's gonna need some dub after this. The knees and that back about to be exposed. But I don't know. You're a sniper, but I guess learning how to fight. Maybe she feels like weird that when she fought. What was it? Not Vi. She fought Savika and she got clapped up. So maybe she wants to fight. Well, meanwhile, Rictus is over here. Hold on. Can I get a shot of it? Mages. All right. So yeah, he's cooking up some Riven runes here. So, and he's like doing a little prayer on it and stuff like that. So that might be close to, we're doing some weird stuff. So it's just interesting, like Ambessa and Caitlyn getting closer as far as like just like a mentorship almost. Bro, ain't no way. So it looks like you can see Vi, Vander, and Jinx, and they're going to. It looks like Victorland, Disneyland, but it's Victor. Got the little thing. This is about to be. Look at it. Got the nice tents, and they're sending all their people to Victor. This is getting weird. This is getting so weird. That looks insane. It's just also weird. Like the design just looks so weird. It's basically like insectish. Like the dripped one. Look at my boy. Look at this man. Man, yo, the Victor's getting so much love, man. The dripped one is crazy. So Vic is actually trying to hit him with the trance. He doesn't need a damn jacket. He needs more than a jacket, Etsy. But he's trying to actually heal him, but he got bumped out of it. So he actually wasn't able to do that. Victor got pumped out, and he's like doing that. Baby girl said, hey, you know, you might need to, you know, this might not be worth the risk. And then it says, Victor, this is worth the risk. So I guess he's going to try again, but might put himself at risk. This might end up, because we all know Victor as the closed one. Like maybe this is the incident that screws him over. And also, another thing that I want to mention about Warwick is that Warwick usually doesn't have like a humanish face. So I don't know if that's just the design for this story or the new retcon, or is it going to be something else happens and he becomes more wolf-like than he would like to be. So this is the worst free stream I've done so far, but come on, Olive Garden for the chicken, come on. But yeah, it's pretty much that they're willing to, they just have to restrain him at night because he can see that he rampages at night with the sight of blood and stuff like that. Also, it's crazy that Victor knows that it's not Jinx, it's Powder, because he said he had a conversation with Vander. So for a very brief moment, just touching their head, he could see a lot of stuff. It's really insane, like the actual magic that's being introduced into the show. Dude, the imagery in this episode is insane. Like how Victor like changes people. Like obviously the easier people, not as hard for him to subdue them, right? But this one, you can see like the face, and he goes in there. He's like going through all the nonsense just to try to get to Vander, who's trapped deep inside. And it looks like he's getting to him, but I'm just so scared because I just don't know Warwick like the way that they're portraying him. So it's kind of scaring me that something bad's gonna happen. So it's going through like a little montage. Again, I'm getting scared because honey bunches of oats. Because when you need to feel yourself in the past, all you need is honey bunches. Jesus Christ, taking a break? No. But yeah, so to me it seems as though like this is going really well because he's having positive memories, but I feel like it's gonna go up to the bridge scene where the parents die, and then it's gonna enrage the bear, and then he's gonna be too close to him, and it's gonna backfire. Oh, I'm scared. Bro, I knew something stupid was gonna happen. So we know that Singe has been looking for Warwick, right? Because they want to capture him so they can do that. So since he's in the lovely neighborhood, they're now here. This is like their little caravan. The problem though is that it's Caitlyn and Bessa and Singed, and it's gonna trigger something stupid. Oh my God! Why can't we just have nice things? This is a better free shot. This is a better screenshot of that. Like they're bringing an army to this. No whatever campaign, and it also through like other visions, or not visions, but through other imagery, they've been here for a while, right? So like this is not something that they've been just popped up out of nowhere. They've been here for probably like maybe like a week, couple weeks maybe. So yeah, that's why you don't see like Vi's gauntlets here or anything like that. So they've been here for a while. They don't have ways to defend themselves. So this is gonna be brutal. What a beautiful shot, man. What a beautiful shot. This is him, and they're there, and that's Vander, and you can see just how corrupted. If you really even look at like the eyeballs and the many things, and that's probably because of what Singe did, right? Like all the experiments that he's been doing to come up with the capability of doing this, so they got to get all this shit off of him. Damn. So they let Singe right in. Singe actually says that his power is lessening. So this is interesting. I didn't even think about that. Like he's constantly spamming the hell out of it, which is kind of bad. So you have the guy that made all the shit that he's curing, basically, and he's telling him that he is running out of time or power. It doesn't say that he'll die, but he's running out of power because he keeps expending it. That's why he keeps getting every time he uses it. So what happens then? I guess is the question. Olive Garden. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. He finally said it. The glorious evolution. His dove at the end of the day. But Victor finally said the line, the true glorious evolution. So do you believe in fate? So it's kind of the difference between do you feel like you're on a fated path, or do you feel like you're on a path that is changeable? And Victor kind of believes that this is what was supposed to happen, even though it's all the things are weird. But Singe is not a man that believes in that, because if you have someone that died, it's like you want to revive them, it would be that fate said that they were going to die. That's just nature's way. They were going to die at this time. Nothing you could do about it. But if you believe in that you can like change your fate as you're doing things, and it's definitely the different mindset. So like let's just say like for this YouTube channel, right? So if I believe that it was going to get capped at 5,000 subscribers, we're at like 3 something, right? 3,400 or something like that. And then I would just hit 5 and then I would stop, right? And I would just be like, well, this is where my destiny was going to say that I was going to hit 5K. But I would still want to work harder, and just so I don't like get stuck there. So they're kind of saying the same thing, because you don't really know when it comes down to believing in fate, you don't really know when you're supposed to stop. That's why when you live a life, even if you believe in fate, or if you don't and you can hustle your way up to it, you're just supposed to keep progressing. So they're basically in the same pathway. It's just that it's just like, how do you justify what you're doing? That's where the thing comes in. Singe justified his stuff because he's thinking that he has to surpass fate. He has to go a different route. Meanwhile, you have someone like Victor who's doing a bunch of random stuff that he probably couldn't even fathom that could have happened, that he would be in this position, but that also could be fate. So it's perspective, really, at the end of the day. I should also mention that Singe is saying that, Singe is saying that pretty much amongst he's going to pass, like he's gonna die as well, basically. It's not like his power's gonna run out, but also he'll end up dying. And Singe was trying to say he should utilize some of this technology to keep himself alive, which then maybe is the Victor that we see in the games. Like maybe he does have to do it, or maybe it's forced upon him within about 20 minutes. So Vi is following Singe back to wherever the hell he came from, pretty much. And Caitlyn ambushes her Uber Teens account, and then and then she beats her ass. So they're about to talk it out, I'm sure. Maybe she doesn't recognize Vi because of all the changes, or maybe she just doesn't care. Oh my god, now Jace is showing up. This is about to be a battle. Singe also just told Mbessa that, if he succeeds in subduing the beast, then he's going to be useless for what they want to do with it. Obviously, Singe wants it back because it's his biggest experiment. So that's just one thing that's going in their favor. Kind of sucks. But another thing that I wanted to mention here as well is that Singe said he can make a serum that will make it really, really hard for Victor to survive, and then Victor to succeed. Mbessa's like, oh, hell yeah. They want the weapon, right? Because I'm assuming if we're thinking Mbessa to be, again, she just has her own ulterior motives, is that she just needs a weapon to go against the Black Rose. That's kind of how she's looking at it. So something like that could probably go crazy. But I would think, wouldn't you just assume that they would just take control over it? Or maybe it's so unhinged that they can't take control of it. Maybe there's something that she knows that we don't. So now we have... we gotta get a name for this guy, Jace. This version of Jace with his corrupted hammer that's gonna come over here, and we're not even in Piltover Zaun things anymore. Like we're so far from that right now. It's insane. So this is what they were probably saying, like that Jace is not himself, right? He has something stuck in his arm. Yeah, don't know what that is, but definitely maybe if they remove it, he turns back to normal with his new thing. He's a different guy, or he's possessed by someone different. So this is interesting. So Caitlyn and Vi, either they're playing it up, or it's this Warwick's Uber teen account. But it's either they're playing it up, or it's kind of like one of those things where they really disagree on what this is, because she called it a beast, mad monster machine thing, and she said, I'm trying to save my dad. And then maybe at that point she's like, yeah, I'm done with this, because I would kind of feel for Caitlyn, right? Every time that there's something going on wrong with her life or something like that, it's not only is it just Vi, it's like Vi and some member of her family. It's like, okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done with this shit. Every time I try to do something, it's always something stupid. So I can kind of see it from her standpoint, her point of view. Another thing is that it looks like they're gonna start doing probably try to lure Warwick out with like blood and stuff like that. So I was right. So she ambushed them. Probably feels like, I don't know, when she must have felt sympathy when she said that. And then now Caitlyn is trying to help Vi kind of distract that. Jinx is they're trying to get to Warwick, so they're gonna distract that. So they're all working on the same team, I guess, to stop like this whole obnoxious thing. So it's kind of cool. They're all working on the same team, allegedly, at least for right now. Yo, this is ramping up like crazy. Hold on, can I go back? So she got hit with the net. So she didn't notice until too late when Caitlyn came back that her net gun, which is one of her E's, was empty. So Vi had the thing. So now Mbessa gets locked up. And now Caitlyn is putting my man's in a chokehold. And then Jinx is also going to shoot, which I don't know how this is going to work out. I'm kind of scared. Yeah, like they're trying to do it like... You see his face. This man is tripped out. He's like, what the hell? The plan? Bro, what is going on? Rick just got Caitlyn girl locked up. So he followed her, and Bessa believed that she was gonna help him out, but she really was though, until she met up with Vi, right? And then now he's doing that, and then some sound triggered. I'm scared, and it turned out to be Jinx. There's a lot that's gonna be going on. I might have to do a lot of pausing. I mean, Rictus can try his best, but he's not beating my girl though. You know, I like Rictus a lot, but come on, it's Jinx, baby. But his thing seems to like absorb Hex Tech. I feel like that's what it does. Warwick protects Jinx, smacks the shit out of Rictus. Like, first of all, Rictus needs to be a character. I'm just saying, he needs to be in the game, in Runeterra or in League of Legends. He's doing too much work, and now he's also getting beat up by one of the OG characters, which is Warwick. So Jace found the unforgettable. All right, so for some reason, so they do all this. So Caitlyn's having a moment, like she probably feels a little pissed because Vi probably didn't say that Jinx was there, right? So probably kind of like a sore spot, I would say, for that. But Jace is here to shoot Victor, and he definitely does. If I can go a little bit further, so he actually, he actually shoots the weapon at Victor. And it causes like a pretty, oh wait, I went ahead. Oh boy, hold on. I can get a freeze frame for it. Yeah, that like that. So that's weird. So I don't know if they're gonna kill Victor off in this universe, but I don't know if he survives this. This is a lot. So yeah, that's just crazy. What's just even sadder is that a kid led Jace to Victor, and unless Victor dodged it, yeah, that's a lot. Barely scratched that man, I guess. I don't know. I'd say that's pretty good, all things considered. So it seems that once Victor was either dead or taken out, now all his followers are like falling to the wayside, which is kind of scary. I don't know what the repercussions of them losing that control, and I'm assuming the same thing's gonna happen to Warwick because Warwick has a couple marks on his face, so this might turn really bad. Yeah, that's what I figured. So Warwick's gonna go crazy too. And Jace they're gonna have to explain Jace. Jace had, I think that's like a world rune or something like that. Like he could, and to be fair, Jace could be presenting something that's gonna happen in the future that he saw. Because we still haven't seen Echo, even though there's a trailer shot of Echo flying on the back of Vi at one point. So we haven't seen that yet. So maybe Jace knows something that we don't know. Oh, so this part of the thing was this. It was this, she's upset because her Uber Teen account. So she realizes that Rictus is either, maybe that's why Rictus is just a card in Runeterra, because this man gets pieced up by Warwick and then he's gone. But yeah, that's bad because that's her right hand, and she sees the person that she thought she was. You know, she's getting betrayed out here too, but she's also betraying. So should you be mad that the betrayer's getting betrayed? I don't know. All right, I'm getting scared. So the little Aisha picked up two like Hextech things, like balls in her pocket. And it's looking like the same type of Dove treatments. It's looking like the same type of thing that happened, you know, that caused all the nonsense in the first place. I feel like she's about to do something stupid. And again, you have Caitlyn and Vi together. This time Jinx is wounded as well, like, and Warwick is protecting her. And then she's about to do something is very similar to like the ending of the first season. Bro, ain't no way. She just jammed like 3 ammos in there, and she, oh no. Oh no. And then Victor just said a quote. It's actually black for a reason. But that which caused us to do our greatest good causes us to do the greatest evil. Basically what I was saying before. It's all perspective. It's all perspective. It's insane. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was a wild ride. Yeah, so I'm assuming the little girl is dead. I'm assuming Rictus is dead. I'm assuming Warwick is going to recover himself because he has regenerative stuff. And then Victor, I don't know if they're just killing him off or he's going to get some type of electric shock from everything because of another Hextech explosion. So it's kind of weird. And then I saw like a little bit of a preview is that like pretty much Mbess is going to use this as a reason for Noxus to invade Piltover, but it's weird though because her whole purpose of coming here is like not to start a war over here. That'd be a weird thing. I mean, maybe that was her whole purpose to start a war, but that would have been a war against where her daughter was at, or maybe she's just losing her patience. So I'm curious of how they'll phrase things, how they'll frame things in the next 3 episodes, and this is the finale. So this is the finale, and the next trailer has nothing to do with any of this magic stuff. So it's kind of like the way that I'm seeing that they're framing it is that like Piltover and Zaun, they're doing a bunch of nonsense over here. Noxus had interest in it, and then with their interest, they got dragged into something that they really didn't want to get dragged into, or maybe they did behind the scenes. And yeah, and it's going to cause like a little war. And then I guess we'll see whether or not Piltover and Zaun can come together to beat out Noxus. But that's also just, it's like the whole magic thing I don't feel like is done either. Because like I said, we've always known that it was always felt weird that the show, we watched season 1 and the show's called ARCANE and there was nothing like ARCANE about it. But you realize that the ARCANE is some type of issue with Hextech and them utilizing magic and technology. And I feel like what they could do is that they could do ARCANE or the magic being utilized in other realms, or not realms, but like other places, right? Because they have mages in Demacia, right? They have mages and other things like that in Shurima, so they could really keep going with the title of ARCANE and then go into a different region. But outside of that, everything was super cool, super dope. They really packed it up that things were going to go well, and then all of a sudden things slowly but surely start to go downhill, and all these people building alliances and then switching. Jinx is with Vi's together. Now they might team up with Caitlyn. Caitlyn's about to get pissed. Vi's going to get pissed with Caitlyn because of the fact that they were together with Ambessa. You let Noxus kind of, it's going to be a lot of finger pointing in the next probably first episode of the next season, but hopefully they'll get it together. And again, don't know where Echo or Heimerdinger are, don't know what happened, don't know why Jace decided to shoot Victor, and the only thing I could think of is likely because of that they were like he sees something in the future, because he has all this, like I said, all the facial hair and stuff like that. So maybe he just saw some things, but his weapon was corrupted. Everything looked corrupted. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all the fun ads, everything that silly that happened. And yeah, I'll be out. Peace.